presented by DeSoto and the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America.
The car for you. It's 58 and style and beauty to captivate. It's delightful. It's lovely. It's DeSoto.
And here he is, the one, the only.
Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples, and if any of them say the secret word, the duck, will come down and pay him $100. The word tonight is shoe. Is that right?
Shoe. Peggy O'Kelly LaKell is on deck, Groucho. And
what's your language there, Fenneman?
And her partner is a special guest, Lieutenant Colonel John Paul Stapp. So I think they're ready. Folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to the DeSoto Plymouth Dealer. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you see every day. Colonel John Paul Jones, huh? No, that's not you, is it? Colonel Stapp, huh? John Paul Stapp.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you, sir.
Last time I saw you, you were on the cover of Time magazine. And for those who missed it, this is the world's fastest man on earth. He's the fellow who rides that rock sled. How fast, Colonel? How fast you go on that sled?
632 miles an hour.
There's only one man who's faster than he is. That's the man who comes home at 3 o'clock in the morning and tells his wife he's been to a PTA meeting. He was last seen swimming the Hellespont. If you'll forgive me.
Yes.
Now, you're pretty old to be riding a sled, aren't you, Colonel?
Well, it all depends on what kind.
Yes, that's true. Now, I've got a lot of questions to ask you, Colonel. However, I've only got one question to ask your partner, so I'll start with her. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Interview's over. Well, here we go. One question was all I needed. You're a very attractive young lady. What is your name again?
Peggy O'Kelly LaKell.
Peggy O'Kelly LaKell. Huh? Where are you from, Peggy?
Well, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was born there in the Polyclinic Hospital.
Oh. Was your mother there at the time?
My mother?
Yeah.
At the hospital?
Yeah.
She was, when I was born, she was there. In fact, everybody was there.
Everybody in Harrisburg was
No, just my relatives. You see, they thought that I was going to be twins.
You're not twins, are you?
I've got a double toenail. That's about it.
No. Well, have you given any thought to growing an extra toe for that spare nail? You don't want this lonely nail walking around by itself, do you? Now, speaking of nails, where did you nail your husband, Peggy? And how?
Well, I met Conrad at the Dauphin County Young Republican Club. I was the speaker, and he was in the audience. And I said to myself, I want to meet that boy. I did. And it took me 3 months. Then 3 months later, there was a picnic, and there were a lot of cars, and I had to assign people to the cars. So naturally, I rode in his car. That was it. I got him.
Well, I guess any man would find a girl with an extra toenail irresistible. Was he aware of this before you
He didn't know I had a double toenail. He wasn't with the crowd.
Well, now that you've trapped this victim, are you still interested in politics?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I'm very interested, and I think everyone should be. I mean that.
Well, you've got a husband. What more do you want? Paving contracts?
No.
Would you like to be a politician? How about being president? We've never had a woman president.
Well,
would you like that kind of a job?
No. I don't want any woman to be president.
You don't want... Why not?
Well, I think that women have proven that they can hold public office. In fact, there are many qualified and educated women.
That's true, and I think they're much more level-headed than men are.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
Not for the job of president of the United States.
Any job.
Nope.
Well, who do you think arranges all the marriages? It's the women, it's not the men.
That's right.
No man wants to get married. He doesn't realize it until 5 years later.
That's right. But I think that the president of the United States should be a man. And I'm very serious about
I don't agree
about
with
this.
I think if the women control the politics of the world, there'd never be any war again.
No. Because, no.
Aye, that's true. Now, suppose we could find a woman who is self-controlled and isn't emotional and hits a good 7-eye into the green. Would she qualify?
If you find a woman that isn't emotional and has perfect self-control, I wouldn't want to see her president. Either.
What about vice president?
No.
Nothing. You hate women.
No. No, I like them, but for that job, I think it's a man's job. I really do.
Are you working, Peggy?
Yes, I am. I'm receptionist for the Auditor General of Pennsylvania.
Oh. Well, Colonel Stapp, you're a very important man. Let's get a few vital statistics about you. Where is your hometown? Or do you live on a sled?
I was born in Bahia, Brazil, in South America.
In Brazil?
My parents are missionaries,
Oh.
and I came to this country at the age of 12.
Are you married, Colonel?
No,
You're not married.
I'm not married.
Well, how come? A nice, chubby, eligible bachelor like you?
Maybe I travel around a little too fast.
Colonel, you're living in a dream world. You heard her story. If a girl is really after you, you'll have to go a lot faster than 650 miles an hour.
I was taking notes on her story.
Where are you stationed now, Colonel?
I am at Holloman Air Development Center in New Mexico, near the White Sands.
Well, have you ever thought of getting away from that base where you can meet and enjoy some feminine companionship like girls?
I do every day. I live at Alamogordo at 300 Lovers Lane. I have a house there.
You live in Lover's Lane?
Yes.
And you're a bachelor?
Sure.
Why, you 600-mile-an-hour rascal, you. Well, Colonel, let's discuss your job. Just what are you doing for the Air Force?
I am chief of the Aeromedical Field Laboratory at Holloman, and we do research on the effects of mechanical force on the human body. In other words, we use rocket sleds to get up to a speed that will permit us to reproduce a crash. And the best one that we've gotten off so far was on the 10th of December 1954 when we got up to 632 miles an hour and stopped in 1 4/10 seconds. Well,
is this for the honor of Brazil or the coffee industry?
No, we won't grind that one around, but...
Well, there's grounds for debate there, I think.
We do this type of research because we've been losing people in airplane crashes and even in car crashes. And we think that they could possibly be saved from death or injury if they were properly suspended in the cars or airplanes.
Now, how about safety belts in automobiles? Do you approve of them?
I certainly do.
You can get safety belts on the new DeSoto, you know. I have 4 of them on my own car. I wouldn't be without them.
I have 6 in my car.
Why did you pick such a dangerous occupation for yourself?
Well, I received one of those pieces of paper which said, "You will report to Edwards Air Force Base and go to work on this."
Yeah. Didn't tell you had to go 600 miles an hour on a sled.
That came later.
Oh. Couldn't you have fled to Brazil?
Well,
I guess you're just a brave man, that's all, and a good citizen. Nothing I can say can begin to express my admiration for you. I think you're a real hero. And Peggy, I'll see you later. You both know how to play You Bet Your Life, huh?
Yes.
I think so.
Do you have a television set on this sled when you're going 600 miles an hour?
Well, we have 2 motion picture cameras.
Oh, that's good, huh?
A pitot tube.
A what?
A pitot tube, and for measuring wind pressure, and telemetering set. It amounts to 4 radio stations.
You realize that 98% of your conversation, I had no idea what you were talking about. Isn't there a new movie about your sled?
Well, there is a movie about Air Force research in supersonic flight. And
What's the name of this? I think it'd be a good idea for everybody to see this picture.
It's called Threshold of Space.
Threshold of Space, huh?
Yes.
Now, then, you select the dictionary quiz, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, we want one answer between you, and what do you want to start with?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I would like to donate anything that...
To Fenneman?
I get out of this, to a scholarship fund that I benefited from while I was going through school. The Margaret Fund.
That's very nice of you, and I hope you win a lot of money. Now, what do you want to start with?
Okay. 70?
$70. The word saffron, S-A-F-F-R-O-N, is a shade of what primary color?
Yellow.
Yellow is right.
Well, you're on your way. You now have $170.
Now, Colonel, I don't object to you being bright, but if you say yellow and she says brown or pink, then we'd have been in trouble. So I wish you'd consult with the chairman of the board over here.
He's been a bachelor too long.
That's true, yes. No interest in the fair sex. And if you win a lot of money here tonight, I expect you to kiss him before this is over.
I'm going to do better than that. I've got a wife lined up for him. Up here.
Let me out of here.
Colonel, back on the sled. All right, now what do you want to go for? 80.
80.
All right.
Don't kiss him until this is over. Just restrain yourself. Because he might be a Democrat for all you know.
Gee, I never thought of that.
Have you ever kissed a Democrat?
Not if I could have helped it. I didn't know it if I did.
Well, try it sometime. It's not too bad.
Find me one.
Now, what are you going to go for?
80?
That's all right.
Is that all right? Okay.
All right, if something is superannuated, what is it?
Talk with me first.
Overage?
Obsolete, out of date, aged, yes, any of those.
You now have $250.
How now?
90.
90?
Is that all right?
It's all right with me.
All right, what is a cul-de-sac? C-U-L-D-E-S-A-C.
Blind alley?
Blind alley is correct. Blind alley.
You now have $340.
Now give him the kiss, huh?
He doesn't need the wife.
We haven't voted yet.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
have
I feel
another
better.
one? Oh.
One more.
Is there room on your sled for a girl?
Hardly room for one person.
Well, if you take off a few pounds, there'd be room for both of you.
I'm doing that.
All right, here's your last chance to beat the other couple. What are you going to go for? 100, 50, 60?
100. See.
What is an abattoir?
Slaughterhouse?
In French, abattoir. Yeah, slaughterhouse is right, yes.
Yes.
And you wind up with $440.
Brave man, but did you see him cringe when that Republican kissed him? Huh? Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Thank you.
This is professional stunt driving. It's really precision driving. And this is the car that makes precision driving easy and ordinary driving fun. The new DeSoto. DeSoto full-time power steering gives you perfect control effortlessly every second. This requires tremendous reserve power and lightning acceleration at highway speeds. DeSoto's 255 horsepower engine gives you that power and acceleration to make passing faster and safer. And here's a very difficult stunt. From fast reverse to fast forward without stopping. That requires swift, smooth gear changing. And DeSoto's new push-button drive selector gives it to you. This positive mechanical control gives you the quickest, smoothest, easiest gear changing ever invented. Watch it in slow motion. We dare you to compare DeSoto with the cars priced $2,000 higher. See how good DeSoto really is. Because of record-breaking sales, DeSoto dealers are making most attractive deals right now. Drive a DeSoto, price a DeSoto, before you decide. Gerda Stoll and Thomas P. Ryan are waiting to meet your Groucho, so folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each win an extra $50. It's a common word, something you see every day. Is that how you pronounce your name, Gerda Stoll?
No, it's Gerda.
It's Gerda. That's a Hungarian goulash, huh?
Not quite.
It says Gerda Stoll here, G-E-R-D-A. That's what
Yes.
you get Gerda out of that?
Gerda, yes, that's what
Oh,
it's
Gerda, like Gerda Happa? Huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Gerda Happa, huh? Well, that's an attractive uniform. Are you in the Brazilian Navy, Gerda?
No, I'm a stewardess for KLM.
You what?
I'm a stewardess for KLM.
Oh, I thought you said you were stewed with a couple of fellas the other night. What was the name of this consign?
KLM.
KLM. Well, you don't have to spell it. You're not talking to a child, you know. Everybody knows what KLM spells. It spells clum, doesn't it? Now, just what is clum?
It's not KLM, it's KLM, and that stands for Koninklijke Luchtvaartmaatschappij.
I think I prefer clum. Like Clum and Abner. Well, let's take this one at a time. What was the place when you said?
Koninklijke.
Koninklijke, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something you have in your furnace when it... huh? A Koninklijke?
No, that means royal.
Oh, that's royal?
That's right.
Well, isn't that what Grace Kelly is marrying, a Koninklijke? Imagine, now, here's a girl could have had her pick of practically anybody in the whole world, and she picked a Koninklijke. Where are you from, Gertie? Gerda.
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 I was born in Woudenberg, in the province of Utrecht. And from there, I moved to Hilversum and the city of Utrecht. And Weesp and Muidenberg. And terug naar Hilversum. And that's all in Holland.
Well, I'm certainly glad of that. You're from Holland, huh?
That's right.
Isn't that where the kid stuck his finger in the dike, huh?
Yes.
Even in Holland, you can't get a plumber when you need one. Your name is Thomas Fortune Ryan?
No, Groucho. Thomas P. Ryan.
Oh. Well, the Ryan, eh? Well, I bet I can guess what the P stands for. It stands for Pedro, eh?
Oh, no.
Pfannkuchen? Okay, I give up. What's your middle name?
Patrick.
Patrick Ryan?
Thomas Patrick Ryan.
Oh. You must be Irish, huh?
Definitely. Born on the 17th of March.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. That's usually the first day of Passover.
A good day all the way.
Now, where are you from, Timothy, me lad?
Well, I was born on Lexington Avenue on the east side around 69th Street, but I lived as a kid growing up around the Yankee Stadium. I used to, well, I hustled some peanuts in the stadium and over in the Giants polo grounds, but
You hustled
I was
peanuts in there?
well, you know, up and down the aisle. Some
Oh.
fellow wouldn't get his change or something like that. You know, you need a little money.
Now, what kind of a job have you got now?
I'm the Western representative for the Haynes Hosing Mill.
Now, do you put peanuts in these hosiery or anything? Nothing.
No, sir.
Well, Gerda, let's get some vital
Very
statistics.
good, you're
Is that good?
improving.
How old are you, Gerda?
I'm 29.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Are you married?
No.
You're not married, huh? Isn't that nice, huh? Have you heard much about me over in Holland?
Well, nothing personal, but I've seen a movie of yours a couple of years ago.
Well, are you familiar with L.A. and Hollywood? I mean, have you taken in the sights here?
No, I haven't. I'm a stranger here.
Really? Well, there are some things you simply must see while you're here, Gerda. Being from Holland, I'm sure you'd be interested in our own little bit of Holland. We call it Mulholland Drive. Would you like to take that in some evening?
Well, I don't know. What is it famous for?
Oh, it's famous for its incomparable view. On a clear night, you can see Catalina and Pasadena. And if you're real lucky, you can see into the next car. Do you have a boyfriend in Holland?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you pretty serious about him?
Yes, quite.
Well, I don't think you care for Mulholland Drive. Although the tulips up there are very attractive this time of year.
What do you mean, the tulips or the tulips?
Well, I meant what you meant, Gerda.
All right.
When are you planning on getting married?
Well, a few more months.
What are you stalling for again?
Well, we want to get some money together to get married.
How long have you been engaged?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. That's a long time to be engaged. A lot of marriages don't last that long in this country.
Well, that's probably why we have those long engagements. We want to get to know each other better and save some money.
Well, that's true. It's very difficult to get acquainted after you're married. But why do you need money to get married? All you need is $2 for the license. What do you need money for?
Well, in Holland, everything is very expensive.
Really?
Yes. For instance, a good pair of lady shoes is about 50 guilders.
Wait a minute. You said Sunset and Alvarado, so you get $50.
This one.
And you get $50. See you later, kid.
I thought I'd just be a duck.
Huh?
Thank you.
I saw that as a duck once.
Well, it was a duck originally. But you know how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly?
Yes.
Well, this was originally a duck and turned into a beautiful girl.
Just like the ugly duckling and the beautiful whatever it was,
That's right. That was a Hans Christian Andersen story.
Yes.
Well, tell us something about the Clum Airlines. Just where do you fly?
We fly all
In the
over
air,
the world.
I imagine, but I
Yes.
mean where?
We fly all over the world. We fly to 78 countries and 106 cities. And my run is between Amsterdam and New York.
You don't fly. You just run between Amsterdam and New York?
Yes, I do.
Well, what are you doing in Hollywood? That pilot certainly overshot that landing field.
Well, I'm on a short vacation.
Oh. Well, do you plan to continue your job as a stewardess after you're married?
Maybe a few more months, but they don't want married women to be stewardesses.
Well, that's a very short-sighted attitude, don't you think so?
Oh, I think so, yes.
They keep on interfering with marriage like that, that airline's going to wake up someday and realize that they've run out of passengers. Well, you're a charming couple, and I'd like to continue this conversation, but the time has come to play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,500, the first couple won $440, and the secret word is shoe.
Now, remember, we start you off with $100, and if you miss a question, you lose half of your bankroll. Are you ready?
I'm with you.
These are small towns and cities of the United States. And I'll list 6 cities and towns, all in the same state, and you tell me in what state they're located. What do you want to start with?
Okay.
We'll start with 100.
You're starting with 100. All right. In what state are Culpeper, Roanoke, Farmville, Goochland, Dinwiddie, and Gate City?
Virginia.
Virginia is right.
Off to a good start. You now have $200.
What are you smiling at her for?
Why not?
Well, there's no particular reason why not, but that isn't your job up here.
Well, I finished my job for a minute there.
Keep your eye on the ball there, eh?
All right.
If there's any flirting to be done, I'll do it. Now, what are you going to go for?
90, yeah. 90.
90? Well, here are the towns and cities. Fort Collins, Trinidad, Steamboat Springs, Cripple Creek, Leadville, and Castle Rock. You tell me the state.
Colorado?
You're certainly are smart.
You now have $290.
Now, what are you going to go for?
80.
All right, these are the towns. Farmington, Augusta, Ellsworth, Bath, Bar Harbor, and Holton. What?
Maine?
Maine is... Oh, you were real smart.
No, he's the one that's smart.
You now have $370.
What's the next
What do you want, 70?
That's it.
All right, these are the towns and cities. Rolling Fork, Hernando, Natchez, Yazoo City, Belzoni, and Vicksburg.
Mississippi.
Mississippi is absolutely correct. Huh?
You wind up with $440. Yeah, excuse me.
Give him a big tip. Give Fenneman a big tip. I'll make trouble for him if it's the last thing I do. Huh? Well, thanks and good luck to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
It
Huh?
was a pleasure.
Pleasure?
Thank you very much.
You know, I didn't want to say anything, but he asked me before the show to do this. You know.
And that means that our couples who are tied with $440 each, in just 1 minute will get the chance at the $1,500 question. But now you have a chance to win a much greater prize. One of the most wonderful prizes ever offered. A month's vacation for you and your immediate family, any place in the world, outside the Iron Curtain countries. Plus a 1956 DeSoto Fireflight 4-door. That's the first prize in DeSoto's great winning ride contest. Just think of it. You can win a month in Paris, or Rio de Janeiro, or the Hawaiian Islands, or any place else in the world you want to go, and take your family with you with all expenses paid. Plus a delightful, lovely DeSoto Fireflight 4-door sedan. Other prizes include 3 more DeSoto Fireflight sedans and 230 savings bonds worth $12,000. All you have to do is visit your DeSoto dealer and take a demonstration ride in a new DeSoto. Drive it yourself. See what this great new car is really like. Then write a last line to this limerick. It's on the entry blank your DeSoto dealer has for you. Fill it out and drop it in the entry box. That's all there is to it. It won't cost you a cent to enter, and you're going to enjoy driving the new DeSoto. Complete rules are on the entry blanks, and the judge's decision is final. See your DeSoto dealer tomorrow.
All right, George, bring on the winning couples.
All right, Groucho, here they are, the winning couples. Miss Stoll, Mr. Ryan. Mrs. McKell and Colonel Stapp.
Here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you think happy and please, no help from the audience. One of the most popular American writers of 25 years ago was a young fellow who wrote romantic books about travel. He disappeared while sailing a Chinese junk across the Pacific. For $1,500, what was his name? Give me the testimony.
No idea. Thank you.
No. At least you're honest about it. Mr. Ryan and Goethe haven't the faintest idea. And the Colonel can't remember. Well, it was Richard Halliburton, very famous.
Yes.
I heard him.
So I'm sorry you all lost. That means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. But you all did pretty well in the quiz. How much did they win, George?
Well, they went all the way, $440 in the quiz.
And secret words?
That I've lost track of.
You won the secret word. So you got 540 and you got 440. Congratulations to all of our contestants and thanks from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Good luck.
Thank you,
Good night, folks. Go in and see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow. And when you do, tell them Groucho sent you.
Be sure to tune in again next week, same time, same station, for Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. Don't miss Chrysler Corporation's big television show on another network. And don't forget to listen to Groucho on radio every Wednesday. Brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. George Fenneman signing off with a reminder from the National Safety Council. Make courtesy your code of the road. Be ready to yield your right of way to prevent an accident.